What's going on, guys? My name is Eldeniro and welcome to episode 50 of my Leicester City career mode on FIFA 15. I cannot believe we're at episode 50 and it's only just gone into November. It's unbelievable. Thank you very much for all of the support, and if you guys want to leave a like on the video to celebrate this milestone, that would be much appreciated. As you can see, we're starting off this episode with a game against Norwich City, who we actually beat at Carrow Road with our highest ever scoring game to date when we won 7-1. This time we're playing at the King Power Stadium, and I was expecting a fairly easy victory. We've got Lewis Muriel playing in the team as well to try and get him his first goal. But I want to say early on, I'm sorry this isn't any kind of special episode. I have been playing this game a lot lately, and I didn't know how far ahead I had played, and it turned out that I had footage going into this episode number, so I didn't have the ability to go and record something different or do something special. Plus I really haven't been well, but that won't be an excuse for much longer because I'm actually getting better. I think I've only got 1 or 2 more days of this, and then I'll be back to normal. But as you can see here in the 19th minute, Mike Leite just does not give up ever. He's had this like 3 or 4 times this season where he's refused to give up the ball, and he keeps the move going. He played the ball to Knockout, who found Koyate inside the box, who scored his 5th or 6th goal of this season. I can't remember which, but he has been playing out of his skin lately, and he has been so good, particularly as an attacking threat. But in the 23rd minute, Lewis Muriel struck to put the ball into the back of the net and score his first goal of the season and his first goal ever in a Leicester City jersey. But I saw a lot of comments actually calling him Lewis Muriel De Niro, and I really like the sound of that. I might change my Twitter name to that. But in the 26th minute, Norwich almost got a goal with Redmond's shot going just over the bar, and then the ball comes through to Van Wolfswinkel in the 30th minute, and he actually comes through and score. I don't know what happened to the defence. They just completely parted ways, and that led Van Wolfswinkel in to score a fairly easy goal, a decent enough finish, but nobody marking him or nobody attempting to tackle him, and that's a little bit worrying in all honesty. But what are you going to do? Norwich pulling a goal back, I wasn't overly concerned because we'd been in this exact situation before, and we went on from here to go 7-1 up eventually in the game. But Norwich were showing a little bit more threat going forward, a little bit more bite in their play, as Hooper's shot went just wide in the 36th minute, and then we come into the second half with Norwich kind of going all guns blazing here in their all-out attack mode with Bennett on the ball. He has a look up and plays it to Martin, who's quite close to him, and Martin has a look up, plays it into Ajija Afoe, who finds Gary Hooper inside the box, who does really well to win the ball, and he scores a goal fairly similar to Lewis Muriel's goal in the first half. And just after the hour mark, Norwich have levelled the game at 2-2, and I felt like I had really just thrown this away at this point because we were 2-0 up against a team that we've beaten 7-1 before. You should not be ever throwing away those types of leads. This should be a routine victory for us. But in the 69th minute, the ball comes through to Koyate inside the box. He came very close to getting his second goal of the game, but sadly for us it wasn't to be. And we come up to the 87th minute with Norwich on the attack, and it's Bennett on the ball. He has a look up inside the box, and he finds nobody. He's going to keep running. He eventually passes the ball to somebody. This was the thing that the teams always do in this game. When you're on all-out attack, you're trying to get the ball forward, they always just hold on to possession like nothing else. Eventually Hooper hit the ball over, and we come up to the 93rd minute with Jeffrey Schlupp picking the ball up, and this was all-out attack mode, as you can tell by John Stones being in the box. But take a look at this. I want you guys to leave a comment and let me know what you think about this situation. Is this a penalty? Because it definitely looks like one to me. I don't know if it's just me being biased. Yes, the player does get the ball. He doesn't make proper contact with the ball, and he does go through the man to get the ball. I think that is a penalty. I honestly cannot see how that is not a penalty. And I think on FIFA 14 it would have been a penalty, but sadly it wasn't to be. We end the game with a 2-2 draw, which is just not really good enough in all honesty. No disrespect to Norwich, but it should be a routine victory for a team who are challenging effectively for second place at the moment. But our next game is away from home at White Hart Lane, and this is against Tottenham Hotspur. We played against them at the King Power Stadium, and we came up with a 1-0 victory on that day, albeit a kind of a lucky one. I don't really feel as though we deserve to be the winners, but that's the way it is when you're playing against Tottenham sometimes. They're a very weird team in that sense. But they had that guy Yedlin, I think his name is DeAndre or something mad like that. He's a right back, and he just looks fucking incredible, and I wish I had the money to sign him, but he's worth something like 15 million in this game. But Tottenham came on the offensive inside just 7 minutes in this game, with Lamela picking the ball up on the wings. He crosses it in towards Stambouli, who goes in with the header, and Adebayor actually got challenged pretty badly inside the box there, and he ended up getting injured, which meant that he came off after just 8 minutes, and the man who replaced him was Gonzalo Higuain. So that was pretty frustrating, because Higuain is a much better player than Adebayor, and it's very disappointing to be coming up against a player like Higuain, in all honesty. But Lamela plays the ball on the half-hour mark in the box. He ends up losing it. It comes to Stambouli, who crosses it to Holtby. Eventually it finds Higuain, and his header went just over the bar. I think he could have scored that, though. It was a very close chance. We got our first chance of the game on the counter-attack in the 35th minute, with Dwight Gale picking the ball up inside his own half and running at Jan Vertonghen, trying to create a chance, but he plays it into Maicon Leite, who gets into a great position, and for the life of me I cannot figure out why I didn't do the finesse shot thing there to take the lead, because it was a dead set. It would have been a goal for sure. But in the 40th minute, Asuakoto came down the left hand side of the pitch. He played it into Eric Lamela, and Lamela looks up. He plays it to Holtby, who plays it into Gonzalo Higuain, who rounds off a pretty nice goal, in all honesty. I think a definite deserved lead for Spurs as well. They were definitely the better team. But they took the lead in the 41st minute. It's never good to concede before half-time, as the old cliche goes. Then a minute later, we came forward trying to get an equaliser immediately, with Maicon Leite doing well to get round Capoue and into the box. He does really well to create the chance there, and I think similarly Capoue did really well to block it and send it out off the post. But inside the second half, Higuain went in with a horrible tackle on Cheikhou Kouyaté, and considering the form that Kouyaté has been in lately, this is a huge blow to effectively our season, because Higuain got booked for it. But even looking at this replay, look at that. That's really harsh on his ankle. I suspected it would be a really bad injury. But we had to take Kouyaté off. We brought on Luis Muriel, who almost made an immediate impact in the 56th minute as he forced a save from Hugo Lloris, maybe, or whoever the Tottenham goalkeeper is. Then we come up to the 69th minute with Luis Muriel on the ball inside his own half. He has a look up and sees a run from, I think that's Dwight Gale, or it's actually Tom Ince. And Tom Ince gets in ahead of Capoue, does really well to get his shot off, but sadly it's straight at the goalkeeper and saves. But it goes out for a corner kick, which Tom Ince runs across himself to actually take with his left foot. He swings it in, the goalkeeper goes up and misses it, and it falls to Gary Gardner at the far post, who manages to sweep it into the back of the net for the equaliser. And that's a huge goal, because it's the first time I've ever seen the ball go through the AI goalkeeper's hands. I've only ever seen it go through Schmeichel's hands. But Tottenham came forward immediately, like 2 minutes later, and almost went back into the lead, but Higuain's header hit off the crossbar, thankfully enough for us. Then we come up to the 66th minute, or the 76th minute, with Robertson playing the ball into Jeffrey Schlupp, who gets in easily ahead of Dembele, and Jeffrey Schlupp manages to finish and put us into the lead. The super sub extraordinaire, managing to get in there and finish with his right foot and his 66 finishing or whatever he has. But we come to the 85th minute with Jeffrey Schlupp on the ball once again. I was kind of trying to keep hold of the ball and just not let Spurs get it, but I got into this type of position and figured I had to shoot. It eventually went out for a corner kick. Nothing came from the corner because I pretty much did just hold on to possession, and that's not really something that I feel bad about doing at all. But a great victory over Tottenham, and we find that Kouyaté is going to miss 3 months, which is terrible. He's not going to be back till March at the earliest, and that's just awful news for us, because it means that he is going to miss the Atletico Madrid clash. But here's a look at the league table. We are in second place, but as you can see, Arsenal or Manchester City can both leapfrog us and send us down to fourth, where we'd still be ahead of Liverpool comfortably enough, to the point where we could lose a game and they could win a game and they still wouldn't catch up with us. But we'd rather just build more momentum going forward here, because throwing away that victory against Norwich was a huge mistake, and I really wish it didn't happen. But yeah, that Tottenham game was really weird. It's like you can kind of tell the type of result you're going to get against Tottenham if they're playing, depending on the wingers that they play, I think. But in real life, and I say this as a Tottenham admirer, like I have a huge soft spot for Tottenham, they tend to do really well a lot of the time and be a team that people fear and all that, and then they just bottle it. Like, Tottenham are the quintessential bottle merchants of the Premier League, and that seems to be the case every time I play them in this game. They always do really well against me in the first half, and then I always beat them when they're tired in the 70th minute. I always do the super subs that come on and use their pace to exploit the terrible shambolic defending they have going on. And I don't know, I just think it's really interesting that the game has that in it. I'm pretty sure it's definitely not an intentional feature. But obviously the squad report is on the screen if you want to have a look at that right now. There's not really anything to report as such. I think I don't know if it's just me, but I feel like my players are developing very slowly. Like, I feel like some of these players, the likes of, say, Berahino or even, Mackay Steven, Jack Grealish even. Like, I play Jack Grealish a lot. I just feel like these guys should be progressing more than they are, and I'm not too sure why they're not. But that's the end of this episode. Sorry it was nothing special for 50. I'll try and do something for 60 though, if I remember at the time. But yeah, that's the end of the episode. Thanks for watching. Thanks for all the support so far. I've been El Dinero. Thanks for watching.